In America, there have been several very, very serious conspiracy theories concerning very, very serious events, such as the assassination of President Kennedy. My question is not hostile, but it seems so difficult that the numbers of persons that would have to be controlled, either directly or indirectly, for this whole saga to go off undetected, is such that it vastly surpasses the Kennedy numbers. And what is the status, for example? Is it sort of stalemate between those official versions and the theorists? Or, for example, is no presidential candidate daring to challenge the official position? We know about it.
I mean, I think in answer to your question, okay, I'm going to tell you a story about one of the witnesses, about how do you keep such things secret?
Yeah,
okay, right, okay. Well, first of all, you've got to assume, you've got to make a judgment as to how many people needed to have been involved at various levels and things like that. The first thing is the Manhattan Project, 1945. Okay, that was the project to build a nuclear bomb. It succeeded. Now, over 500,000 people were involved in that and sworn to secrecy, yet the Vice President of the United States of America only knew about the Manhattan Project after Roosevelt died. So, to some extent, well, it proves that people can keep secrets. But let's talk about some of the witnesses and some of the experiences that we've had making the film, because I think that will inform why it is that people are so scared to speak out.
Sorry, can I just ask quickly who you are and what your role is?
I'm the executive producer. I've been involved creatively up to a certain point, should we say, and I brought David Ray Griffin on, who's a script consultant, because we wanted to make a film that was 100% factually accurate. We didn't want to make any speculation, because as soon as we tell one pork pie, then our whole argument is destroyed. So we employed someone with the highest academic credentials. He's emeritus professor of theology at Claremont School of Theology, which, if you don't know it, is the Oxford and Cambridge, if you like, of the theological world. Sort of back to your question. One of our witnesses, you saw him, Barry Jennings. Now, he gave us, he was the person that was in Building 7 that was blown up at 10:30 in the morning, along with Hess. And Hess actually works for Giuliani. And it was all corroborated. You saw it was all corroborated. He said, I was in Building 7, the thing blew up, etc., etc. And you saw pictures of him. You could see that he was blown up. That was what we saw. Now, he gave us an interview, and it's an amazing interview. And he talks us through what went on to him that day. And then he was hauled into his office and told, this is a 58-year-old man, that if he allowed this interview to go out in the film, or didn't prevent it from going out in the film, he would lose his job and his pension. Now, that's the level to which people will go to try and stop people from testifying. When Charlie Sheen, when he wanted to do the voiceover for this, he was threatened in so many different ways by so many different people. Mark Cuban, he was going to finance the film. He owns a basketball team, and the threats that were going to the basketball team, that if he didn't pull out, that they would destroy his basketball team. I mean, it was all very insidious. Fox News conducted a campaign against the film. So pressure has been brought, and I can quite understand why, if I was involved in some way in, maybe setting the charges at 9/11 or something like that, I mean, I'm not going to tell them about it. I'm going to hold that secret to the day I die, because I know if they're capable of that, they're capable of killing my family, they're capable of doing anything they want to do, because you're implicated. So I do think it is possible to create a secret, to keep a secret.